Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sonic and the Secret Rings. All right,
Yay!
for those who
Like,
all right, in case you didn't realize what happened there, I was using the USB loader. For those who don't know, if you soft mod your Wii, you can literally play on the Wii using Wii ISOs that were stored on an external hard drive. So you can literally play your Wii games on your Wii through a hard drive. So that's a pretty cool thing. If you want. Go ahead. Trust me, soft modding your Wii is incredibly easy, and you can even do it on the Wii mode of your Wii U. So that's pretty cool.
And welcome to our Night's Journey of Dreams playthrough.
All right, so yeah, all right. Since I'm going to be mostly negative, since I'm going to be incredibly negative throughout this entire playthrough because I hate this game with all my might, for the sake of not having this start off as a very negative part, I'm gonna let Jova take the stage. Go ahead, Jova.
yeah. First things first, though, since I'm fair to both sides, I'll explain where a lot of people are coming from in the hate of this game. If you haven't heard before, the main reason is because this game has unorthodox controls, to say the least.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't take this the wrong way, Pedro, but yeah, a lot of people consider this like the Skyward Sword of a game. You know, the one game in the franchise that is notorious for using motion controls.
I could go on a big rant about how that's not true, but for the sake of this playthrough, I'll just move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, just know that that's what people...
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Trust me, I'm aware of the situation.
Anyway,
go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, first things first. This game has great music, one of the better Sonic stories, but it has the opposite problem of Black Knight. Whereas Black Knight's was way too short, this one is padded out. That said, I still like the story, save for a few clumsy lines. I like the villain. And okay, the controls. I actually have a funny memory about this, because like when I first played this game, I thought that the way you were supposed to hold the controller was the typical vertical method as opposed to horizontally. So yeah, I kind of spent the first bits of my game spreading and falling. And don't worry, audience, if we're talking over this cutscene, you'll see it again during the main playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
You do show it in the main playthrough, right, Pedro?
I think I do, yeah.
So basically,
Oh wait, hold on. Theme song's about to come up.
That's the door of eternal doom.
Actually, that's a good segue. I do like Seven Rings in Hand, the original one by Steve Conte, but I prefer the Crush 40 version. Now, so yeah, Seven Rings in Hand is a good song, but there's a problem here. This song is played ad fucking nauseum in the fucking menus. You will hear the song so many times, and by the time you listen to the 100th time, you'll be screaming in anger. Jesus Christ! It's why?
It's lucky for me that I love the song so much that I was okay with listening to the song, but yeah, I can see why some people would get annoyed by it. It's sort of like the Werehog battle theme.
Alright, Dwebs, what's your experience with this game?
None.
Alright, what about you, Shiroi?
Yeah.
I owned this game when it came out. Me and my brother tried to play it. Keyword there is tried, and we just kind of just abandoned it.
Alright, cutscene.
I have listened to bits and pieces of the soundtrack. It didn't really impress me.
Cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Johnny here. What on his review? What exactly is this house? Since when does Sonic have a house? Well, he has a house in Boom, but that's a different continuity altogether.
And he has a house in Sonic Battle as well, so I guess he does have a house in the main series as well.
Don't you just hate when genies pop up in the middle of your the night in your room?
Oh, yeah, basically,
I know, all their granting wishes and everything. It's such an annoying.
I got some. Okay. I got some voice trivia here. Okay, this is during the era, of course, when 4Kids actors were doing the voices of the characters, and Sonic's, of course, voiced by Jason Griffith.
Second best.
And Shara is voiced by Bella Hudson, aka Erica Schroeder, who voiced Blaze during this time.
Yeah. And honestly, she doesn't seem like she has much of a range, because when I hear her voice, I just hear Blaze. 4Kids Blaze, I mean.
Hey, that's nice for me. I like Blaze.
No. It's I like Blaze too. It's just that
of course, she have to differentiate because then the first Blaze by Generations is voiced by Laura Bailey.
Well, of course. That's the by
Pedro
far
had a great
the
voice
best Blaze voice ever. Anyway,
I just it's definitely the best voice cast in my opinion.
I really wish the actress would try to do some kind of different voice for Shara. I mean, they're different characters.
Admittedly, at this point, Blaze had only been in the DS game, so you know, no one really. Oh, did she have the same voice actress from the DS games in those sets?
Yes, she did. Remind me again, did she?
Doesn't Wave share the same voice, or is that someone else?
No, I think.
Remind me again, Dwebs. Did she also voice Blaze in Sonic 06?
Story bits.
Yes, she did. Oh yeah, I think Bella Hudson did voice Wave.
I suppose I can help out with that. It might even be fun.
Alright, this game was written by Shiro Marikawa. For those who don't know who Shiro Marikawa is, he's the writer of Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, and after that he kind of stopped writing for Sonic for a bit, and then he returned with this game. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of Shiro Marikawa, if there's one thing I'll give him, he knows how to capture Sonic's personality well, and you see that.
Did he do Black Knight?
Yes, he did. In fact, Black Knight was the last Sonic game he wrote for, sadly. I would be so happy. Again,
Sonic and Black Knight brought back a lot of adventure themes.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of his, if they announced that Shiro Marikawa was writing for Project 2017, I would be so happy. Because I really want to see Sonic being characterized like this again. Because to me, Shiro Marikawa's Sonic is the best characterization of Sonic.
Not to say that Sonic
but
Unleashed
for all the things that are wrong with Black Knight, like the way Sonic is portrayed is
like I said before, and again to controversy, I still think Black Knight has the best story in any Sonic game. What's the best for you then, Whips?
Well, on this one, I think I can't remember all the games' plots in general, but I thought Black Knight was just okay at best.
Well, let me guess. Your favorite is Unleashed.
I have to think about it.
Let me guess, your favorite's Colors.
I have to think.
Yeah, probably. I think Colors is probably the Sonic story that will probably appeal to Dwibs the most. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be quite honest. To me, the definitive Sonic would be a fusion of Boost Trilogy Sonic along with Storybook Sonic, and of course by default Adventure Sonic.
By that you mean by that, and then you mean Shiro Marikawa's Sonic, since same writer for Adventure and Storybook.
Okay. Shiro Marikawa Sonic fused with Boost Trilogy Sonic, because Boost Trilogy Sonic gets like he gets the good on surface parts of Sonic.
Oh, here we go.
And of course,
all right. So like
inner depth.
Like Jova said earlier. Yeah, what Shara's saying. Basically, this is the main thing.
How much fun you have with this game is depend on how willing you are to dedicate yourselves to learning these controls.
Speaking as someone,
it frustrated me to
Speaking as someone who actually loves Skyward Sword. Oh no, someone who loves Skyward Sword on the internet. Anyway. I don't mind motion controls if they're done well. I just don't think the motion controls in this game are done well.
For instance, it's like, well, okay. When it comes to the basic running and, moving left and right, that's fine, but there are questionable motion control designs in this game, which you'll see later.
Oh, and by the way, an experience system. And since I don't want to bother grinding, I decided to use a cheat to get all the stuff right from the beginning, because I'm not grinding through levels. That's you should not have to grind in a Sonic game. That's just stupid to me.
It's weird.
Of course you grind in a Sonic game.
It's weird. I never found myself having. It's weird. I never found myself having to grind on my full.
Look at all those. Hey Jova. Look at all those Sonic skills.
Yeah.
Anyway,
to be fair, okay. Anyway, hold on. Let me finish, Tribs. As I was saying, on my first playthrough, I never really found myself having to grind, but that's mainly because there's a buttload of chapters that you have to go for anyway. That by that point, I had as much as I needed for any skill I wanted to.
Yeah. The reason I did it is because, as Johnny pointed out very well in his review, you have to get skills in order to get better control.
Wait, better control. Oh, the skill that
I think,
that you
I
do. I
think for
forget.
his
Yeah.
playthrough, Clement actually
Yes, in
found a
order-
way to completely
Yeah.
level up before starting the game.
Yeah, in order to get better, break better, and turn better, you have to get certain skills, and of course, it means you need to grind.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
no,
I never end up using those skills because at that point they had been embedded into my head that okay, I can do this on a dime. But yeah, I'll admit having to get it for better control when you've kind of already leveled enough to the point where you have inherently that control is stupid.
Yeah,
I mean,
all right.
seriously, just make a difficulty setting, or heck, just make it break better to begin with.
All right, there's what
It's
you.
like,
what,
well,
what-
I'll say this: this game would be fine overall if they didn't over-exaggerate the movements. Okay, Dwips, go ahead.
Alright, I was just saying earlier, Pedro, what are you talking about? Of course you grind in this game. You grind on rails and vines and...
All right, so
Admittedly, Sonic
basically,
Unleashed did
okay.
it too.
All right, basically, I'm going to equip the skills that fit best for like an all-around skill set that will allow me to get through the game. Basically, I'm showing off the various skills that you can do. This skill allows me to fly more smoothly through the air. This more acceleration. So yeah, that's the thing, everybody. When this game originally starts, Sonic is actually pretty slow, and in order for him to get fast, you have to unlock speed up skills for him to be fast. That's right. You have to. Okay, I get that Sonic. I get that that's good that Sonic games try to where you have to earn your speed, but I don't think they meant this when they said earn speeds. This is.
This is another weird thing.
Hey, Pedro, what if eventually they'll do a game where earning speed means you just earn speed the drug or something?
Whatever. Anyway, yeah, this is another weird thing, because, when I first played the game, well, granted, okay, I guess maybe it's because I've never really gone out of my way to get all these skills before, but I never got the feeling of Sonic being slow. Then again, that's probably a subjective thing, but when you say slow, do you mean he moves slow? Because it seemed like he was building up speed, admittedly, it is on the rails, but I never really noticed the slow stuff.
But
could you elaborate on that, Pedro?
I mean that trust me, if you unequip all of the speed ups and then put them back again, you'll notice the difference. Basically, he starts at the beginning.
Because I've never equipped them, I guess.
All right, basically. Okay, now that I've actually, you'll notice now. You'll notice now that he now runs faster. See?
Although I can see why they had him run slower with... Oh, okay, now I get what you're going with. I guess I've never really noticed because I have never...
It's like here's my theory. The developers knew that their game was nearly uncontrollable, so they decided to slow him the fuck down to make it more tolerable.
Again. Calling it near uncontrollable is kind of unfair to the game. The issue is that it has a steep learning curve. Because, the game controls as it should. The issue is that, well, sadly, with a lot of Wii third-party games, the motion control is over-exaggerated with how it goes to it.
I love how differently you, Jova and Pedro, see this game. Jova sees this as steep learning curve. Pedro sees this as arse level design.
No, actually, I'm talking about levels. I'm talking about the controls themselves.
Sorry. Arse controls then. Sorry.
Though I could also have a lot of shit about the level design, but that's for later. Anyway,
again, the level design is fine. The main issues all start and begin with how the controls work.
It's like, to me,
also with jumping.
Yeah, to me, it's like this. Like, I'm a firm believer that control. In fact, I'm very much like some call me Johnny in that regard. To me, controls should feel like an extension of the player. It's something you can do without thinking. And honestly, even after hours of practice, controlling Sonic in this game feels like a fight against the game for me. I'm sorry, it's just... Ugh.
I won't argue with it on that. It's like I said, it's like a lot of Wii games that test your determination and consideration too. Now, I'm not saying that you're a bad player by not committing to getting it, because trust me, I don't blame you. Heck, even as a kid, I sort of had to get myself to. It's like, well, once you get the handle of these controls, it's a fun game. Which is sort of why I'll give it more credit than Sonic 06, because aside from, by default being better than 06 for being better programmed, the game actually does have fun. The game actually does have fun layered into it, where Sonic 06 is just a buggy mess. You know, it's weird. Back in the generation of this, I was kind of sad I never got a PS3 or Xbox 360 because I was missing out on what looked like an awesome Sonic game from the trailers. Sonic 06.
Hey guys, could you I love this game's nearly 10 years old.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You know what's funny? Because like, it was actually
I
like...
done goofed. Alright, let's try this again.
You can do a homing attack while jumping. When the lock-on mark changes from green to red.
Yeah, that's another thing that I hate in this game. The homing attack.
This is another dumb move.
The homing attack is.
You jump with the number 2 button, but then you homing attack by pushing the Wii remote forward. It's like, wouldn't it make more sense and consistency to have, you know, the jump button also be the homing attack button?
It's like we gotta do motion controls because it's the Wii.
Although, admittedly, mapping the homing attack and, you know, another button to something stupid was also done in Sonic Unleashed and Sonic 06, so
yeah,
it's
true.
not like Sonic and the Secret
to
Rings
find
is
out
unique with
because
that.
it was pretty terrible anyway, but does this game have regular controller support, like GameCube
No,
controller support?
no, that wouldn't work, Shiroi. The entire game is designed around the motion controls. You can't put. You would have to completely restart the the coding from scratch in order to put a normal controller scheme on
Oh, this is all terrible.
Yeah, it's not this isn't Sonic Unleashed Wii, Shiori.
With Skyward Sword, it's one thing. Okay, sorry. With Twilight Princess, it's one thing because Twilight Princess was originally a GameCube game. They just tacked on the motion controls for the Wii version, so that's why in the HD remaster they based it on the GameCube version because the motion controls weren't all that liked anyway, so they decided to just drop that. With Skyward Sword, it's a different thing because the entire game is designed around motion controls, and there's a lot of stuff in that game that you cannot do unless with motion control. So it just doesn't work. So it's something with this game basically.
Yeah, admittedly with this game, it is possible in theory and stuff to, you know, basically program the tilting forward thing to a button. In fact, you can actually do that on an emulator, believe it or not. So I don't know. I mean, it depends. However, this game probably wouldn't be able to do that because this was the only control set they made in mind with it.
And yes, everybody, as you can see, the tutorial in this game. Okay, go ahead.
Go on.
The tutorial in this game works exactly like Sonic Unleashed on the Wii. You have to do like one mission per each action that they're teaching you instead of like one big tutorial level.
Keep the Wii remote tilted back.
Oh, I hate this mechanic. I hate it. I hate it.
the entirety of
I hate it. I hate it. Can you imagine? A lot of times in this game where I have to back up, but the problem is that, trust me, the camera doesn't always turn like that, like it just did right now. A lot of times when I'm trying to back up, the camera is focusing straight on Sonic's back, so I can't see shit when I'm backing up.
the camera for the original Crash Bandicoot was better for moving backwards than this.
Thankfully, you only need to use that mechanic, like, you know, in very specific situations, and really, it's never really required to use that. It's just meant to, you know, sometimes save yourself.
Well,
so
actually, Jova, it depends. Like, remember, Jova, there are certain...
some select missions.
Yeah, but remember, Jova, there are some obligatory missions in this campaign that force you to collect shit all across the level. And if for some reason you make a mistake and go past it, that means you need to go back. And yeah...
Oh, I get that. Although, really, as long as you tilt the Wii Remote, like, just at the right degree, you shouldn't have too much trouble going back. Now, the main issue is, of course, as Pedro said, how the camera, for some reason, at times likes to focus on Sonic's rear directly, which is a bit disorienting. It's like, seriously, camera, you were doing good. What happened?
Basically, I'm supposed to jump over 10 things, and I didn't jump because I'm a moron, so I kind of started over. Okay, basically, you need to jump over those things at least 10 times. I don't really see where... I think there's a kind of a lack of platforms in this.
It's a quick hop, basically.
Yeah, so basically, I'm just gonna stay here and grind for hops, basically.
Hop.
There actually is quite a bit of platforming in this game. it's sort of different from how Sonic games were at the time. Basically, starting with, of course, Unleashed, you would have more of the racing style where basically you had to make well-timed jumps to constantly keep boosting through. This was kind of the predecessor to that when you think about it. You know, moving in sort of a more streamlined way and having these quick hops as opposed to, the all-around terrains that the adventure games had.
I actually have something to say about this game in regards to Sonic 06 since you brought it up earlier, Jovo. Another main reason another main reason why I hate this game so much is because, in case you don't know, check out Andrea Ritsu's article on the whole story of the development of Sonic 06. Basically, everybody, one of the main reasons Sonic 06 sucks so much is also because of this game. Why? Basically, original Sonic 06 was going to be directed by Yoshiro Ogawa, who ended up being the director of this game. What happened was, when he left the 06 project, he took like half of the development team with him to make this game. And that made Shunsuke Nakamura the director at the time.
The thing is, they also started developing 06 during the development of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just wait until after each game was developed and then move on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be quite honest, I don't really have the heart to blame Sonic and the Secret Rings for that, because, let's be honest, the game was getting made either or not, and like Shirai said, they were also, doing 06 alongside Shadow the Hedgehog. If anything, Sonic and the Secret Rings was part of the course, especially when they found out, oh crap, Sonic 06 isn't coming to the Wii.
Yeah, basically, originally the plan was to have... Oh, hold on. Cutscene.
Oh wait, hold on, story.
The Eraser Jin?
Yeah, that's right. Can you take me to him?
There is no need.
What do you mean?
He's here!
Surprise.
Now, to the story's credit, there's actually a reason for why he's appearing right here, right now.
To curse Sonic.
And Sonic's dead again.
What's that all about? Talk about close shaves. Maybe you know where I can get my quill sharpened too?
Sonic! That's him!
Dialogue that actually makes me laugh. See, Shattered Crystal, you can do it!
Yeah, Shiro Maekawa is a far better writer than Pontek and Graf.
Well, it's just a shame because Pontek and Graf were doing so good with Sonic Colors. And I get why they couldn't do much of a story with Sonic Generations because Sega literally cut it themselves. And then there was Lost World, which showed that they had promised, but then, of course, all got wasted by the end, sadly. And then Shattered Crystal's like, they just gave up. But enough talking about that game.
Sure.
Yeah, so you guys have done your own playthrough on that.
Not now, dude.
Sometimes the actor playing Eraser Jin tends to ham it up, and it's at least funny, at least.
Yeah, I love Eraser Jin because, yeah, hamminess. He's actually a competent villain, as we'll see later down the road, and yeah.
Honestly, Joe, I think his backstory is told to us in the game way too late. By that point, we already have like 6 world rings. It's a bit. I mean, it's a bit late
Oh,
at that.
I didn't state his backstory is one of the main reasons I find him one of the better Sonic villains now, did I?
Sure.
I mean, he has a backstory, yeah, but I will agree it's told.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really fond of these kind of cutscenes. Black Knight did these ones better.
Yeah, I agree. I don't mind. I don't mind the storybook feel of this one. It's fine enough, I think. But I do like the watercolor look of Black Knight more. It looks more visually appealing to me.
I agree.
And even in these scenes, it felt like there was better and more animation in Black Knight than in this one. This one is mostly just stills.
Well, crap. So, basically, Eraser Jin has trapped Sonic in a lose-lose situation. You don't bring me the world rings, you die.
So yeah, Dwibs,
story. World rings, yeah, I win them.
So yeah, Dwibs, storybook style cutscenes, limitation of budget or a stylistic choice. You make the call.
Stylistic choice, honestly.
Can I take a third option and say both?
Sure. All right, everybody. So see you for the next part.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.